What's going on out there, good people? It is your boy Lookaround with LMD Trading, and we are back. We are back with another daily trade review. We're gonna be reviewing trades from a crazy trading day today. We were all over the place on this thing. First true trades out of the gate, solid green trades. Next two trades, red. And the second red trade, all I can do is shake my head. Shake my head, because that trade should have been a green trade and it would have made us some good money. But we'll call it mismanaging the trade. That's what I'm gonna call that one. And I think I'm gonna call this video losing money on winning trades. I think that probably sums up that trade. And then our last trade of the day, I was about to say last trade of the morning, last trade of the day. We took this trade late in the afternoon, totally outside of my trading plan. So I probably should smack myself on the hand because the trading plan tells me to trade in the mornings. I took this one late in the afternoon. And guess what, y'all? I shorted a stock. I shorted a stock and it worked. We made money. So let's go ahead. Let's look at the thumbnail watch list. Let's get TRADERVUE pulled up and let's review these trades. So come on, let's go. All right, so this here is our thumbnail watch list for the day. Fairly full watch list, but we only traded two stocks off of it. We had COVS, we did nothing. We had COWN, nothing, but look what it did in the afternoon. We had HON, nothing. MAT, nothing. I think both of these were on Jared Wesley's watch list, so I just was watching them, but nothing. MO, nothing. Upstart, we see UPST made a nice move in the morning and sold off. Tesla sold off big time. TH, two losers, one winner on this one today. I think I called this one out in RT's chat room. And once I did it, it didn't really look that good. So I'm like, oh man, why did I just call this out in that chat room and make myself look crazy? Look what that thing did this afternoon. And that's why you cannot take stocks off your watch list, because they made it on the watch list for a reason. It may not happen at that time that you think it's going to happen, but look at what that thing did. Made a nice move. TBLT, nothing. PLRX. This was the stock of the day, I think. I think this was the stock of the day. Pre-market, it was killing. Actually wanted to take a trade on this pre-market in my retirement account. For the life of me, I could not figure how to take a trade. I had a brain freeze. Saw a nice pattern. Tried to get in it on the active ladder, and it kept rejecting the order. I had it set to EXT. So I had it on the right time frame, but I was trying to enter on market orders. Pre-market, you got to enter on limit orders, either buying or buying the bid or buying the ask. By the time I figured it out, that move was long gone. So I left it alone. Bought one share just to make sure that that was the issue. It let me buy it, and I'll know for the future. In my main account, I don't really do pre-market. But in my retirement account, I think I might start taking small positions, because from that 7 to 9 o'clock, you can find some pretty good ideas. But we traded this one off the open, two nice trades. SPY and the Qs. No sense of direction on either one of those today. Just a little choppy day. But let's go ahead. Let's get TRADERVUE pulled up. There we go. We're reviewing trades for Monday, July 11th. We took 5 trades today. Closed P&L 174.50. 50. Bring this down a little bit. There we go. First two trades out the gate, banging. That first one, Target, I was a little nervous on that one though, and y'all will see why when we go to reviewing it. That second one, I think was a half position. I think we took a half position on that one. Second trade, or the third trade, TH, you see we lost 25. And that's why I say I think that PLRX was a half position as well. TH, the next one, $70. That trade, I want to say I increased my risk and I had a brain freeze. And I'm like, oh, snaps, I need to get out of this trade. My stop is wrong. Got out of the trade. This thing was the perfect trade. And then TH, you see we took that trade at 15.32, 3:30. Market's just about to close. That's a short, y'all. We made 120 bucks short in the stock today. But let's go ahead. Let's get the charts pulled up. And if you have not already hit that like button, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. And it would help me out in the YouTube streets and the algorithms. But let's go ahead and swapped it up a little bit. I got all three charts showing today, the 5 and the 15. I'm going to swap that 15 to a 30 in a minute, and y'all going to see why. But first trade out the gate this morning, we took it at 9:43. Got in at 19:20. We'll just drop that arrow right there. That's close enough. This thing, PLXR, was all over the place this morning. It was moving. Popped up here. Look at this ugly candle. Look at that ugly candle right there. That's ugly. That's an ugly candle. But then we get this candle. And I'm like, okay, this is going higher. I want to get in when it breaks the high of that candle. What's the range on that candle? That was $1.32 on that candle on an $18 stock. That's crazy. We put the stop down there. This thing pops, pulls back with a nice bottoming tail. So I'm like, okay, we good. And then it rips into a halt. And I'm like, oh, snaps. Don't like being in halts. Good thing we're not in a real big position because of the size of that stop. But this thing comes out of the halt. Our target was like literally like right up in here somewhere. This thing comes out the halt, tags this target, and we get out at 21.42. 21.42, right there. Right as it flushes back down. We see that it came down and it kept going. We good. We got target out of it. So that was first trade out the gate. It was a little touchy. But guess what? We went right back to PLXR. And we got in at 9:43 this time. Actually, while all of this is taking place, we jump into a trade. This one, I should bring up the 1 minute so you can kind of see it. But while that trade was working, we got in this one. Let's see. Nah, it must have just separated them because it got us in at the same spot, 9:20. So we got in at the same exact spot. It's kind of crazy. Take a peek. Let's see. Yeah, so it got us getting in at the same spot, 19:20. And then got out at 9:59. Let's see where 9:59 is. This one we actually held through that halt. And got out at 21.70. So I'll bring this back on the chart once I drop that arrow. There we go. And I guess that's why I took that half position on this one, just kind of adding to it, but stayed in that one a little longer, rode through all of this foolishness, and that trade worked against us $9. We had a max on it of 67.20, and we got out at 50. And that one we bought 20 shares. So that was half of that first position, which was 45 shares. But yeah, that was interesting. And I was not recording. I don't record my video. I don't record my camera, but I screen record my, what I call my battle station, which is where I enter into the trade. And I didn't do that this morning. I would have liked to seen what I was doing on my screen, to where how I got into that same position, same entry point, but on two separate trades. That's interesting. I'm going to have to remember to get OBS going so that I could see what's going on. But next trade was TH. Let's get TH pulled up. TH had made a nice move off the open, pulled back, and that's why I had mentioned this in RT's chat room. I'm like, okay, this might do something. And then it kind of just fizzled on out. It just really fizzled all the way out. But we took a trade at 10:03. So let's see what the chart was showing at 10:03. We got in this one at 8:32. So that's that right there. But let's come over to the 15-minute chart. Let's come over to the 15 and look at that. Decent little 3-bar play. Decent 3-bar play. This thing peekabooed over the high of these two candles, came back, stopped us out. That's the market for you. I took a trade, or no, I didn't. This is the same trade. I was talking to Evan this morning as I was taking this trade. When I got stopped out, I said I should have put my stop down here at the previous high of day. Would not have stopped out. Wouldn't have stopped out. This trade would have worked. But this was a good trade. The market just came and tagged us and went on about its business. One thing that Jared over at Live Traders talks about, when he takes a good trade, he does something called the 80% rule. If it was a good trade, he'll get back in at his original entry with his original stop if it stops him out. So it would have triggered him back in right here. I don't think it would have. What's the low of this? 806. The 804. So this one would have. Yeah, this one would have triggered him back in, and this one, and then it would not have stopped him out. So his 84% rule would have worked on that stock. But yeah, got stopped out on that one. 25-cent stop. We bought 100 shares. And that's why I said we only risk half. We only had $25 risk on this trade. And let's see. This had 25 cents. High was 8.30. We needed 8.80 out of this stock. We would have hit target over here today. We would have hit target later on in the day, and then we see that it kept going. But that was our first losing trade on TH. Good entry, just the market doing what it did. But that could have been a winning trade had we put our stop down here at previous high of day. Wouldn't have stopped us out. It would have made target over here somewhere. Next one. This one is ugly. Got in this one at 10.49. 10.49. Got in on this candle. 837 was the entry price. 837. So there we go. We got in right here. You look at this chart, you don't really see nothing. You look at the 5, you don't see nothing. We had this initial 3-bar play. But watch when I switch this to the 30 minute. Look what you see. Had the 30 on the 15, and there's another 3-bar play on the 30-minute chart. High of that one's 832. High of that one's 833. 1 cent difference. We can deal with it. Highlight that candle. That's a 32-cent stop. 30. So let's call it 35. 100 divided by 0.35. How many shares? 285. On a $100 risk, 35-cent stop, we need 285 shares. Take a peek at this, y'all. Take a peek at this. Look at how many shares I bought. Now, 285 is right there. They split it into like 4 orders for me getting into it. My risk was $100 on this trade, y'all. My risk was $100 on this trade. This trade went against us $87. I got out of the trade and I lost $70. Now let's go back and look at the chart. Entry, stop, never touches us. This thing never came close to stopping us out. Again, we'll highlight it. 35-cent stop. So we need 70 out of the trade. We need this to go to $9. We would have hit target right here. Same place that we would have most likely hit the target on the first trade with the 15-minute 3-bar play. So the 15, we honestly got stopped out. Can't do nothing about that. Take that one on the chin, look for another trade. This one, we sized up and we got ourselves out of the trade for a loss. We got scared out of the trade. If you come over here and look, this thing was chopping all around. We got scared out of the trade. And that was it. Let's see, where did we get out of this one at? Let's see what it looked like. 1123. 1123. Oh, that candle right there. We got out at 812. So we got out. Look at where we got out. Oh, that would be killing me. We got out at the bottom and it never looked back from that move. Oh, man, that's just ugly. Got in right there. This thing chopping around. And then it goes and it makes target. Ugly, ugly, ugly. So after that, we got up. We're like, all right, man. Frustrating day, but we walking away making about $50. We up about 50. Came back, sat back down, and just kind of going back over, looking at what we were doing today, trying to make sense of it. Looking at TH. That's when I looked and I saw that 30-minute 3-bar play would have worked. And I'm like, you big dummy. But I saw that TH, it came up, pulled back to here, came up, set a lower high. And I'm like, uh-oh. Well, I don't do options in this account. I bought 1 share. Or I should say I shorted 1 share. It let me short it. I was like, all right, let me see. And we got in this trade at 1532. 1532 right there at 922 is what we paid. So right there. So this, it came up, saw this, we have dropped this line right here on this point. And I said, if this breaks this area, we're going to get in, shorten it. Bought 500 shares. So on 5, that's giving us a 10-cent stop. Keep it tight. And this thing made this move. I was like, okay, that's good. It pulled back, kind of went against us. Again, my stop is just on the other side of here. So we in at 922, stop is 932. So that's 10 cents. Stop is going to be up here. This came back, made this move back down, and kind of just chopped around this area. And it's getting close to market close, and I'm like, man, I need to go in and close this thing out. And that's what I'm thinking. I need to go in and close this thing out. And before I can even like make a move to try to close it out, this thing popped, tagged me, and came back up. It took me out of the trade. We got out of this one at 9.56, and we got out of the trade at $8.98. Right there. Look at that. Came down, popped, triggered, took me out the order, and then the buyer stepped back in. Now imagine had I had my stop trying to get 3-to-1 out of this. Trying to get 3-to-1. Maximum on this was 0.24. So like I said, we had 10 cent stop. We're trying to get 20 cents on that pop. It got us out at 0.24, actually making a little bit more money. So you catch slippage on the way out sometimes, or on the way in. We caught slippage coming out, and it gave us a little extra money. And that was our day. The one thing with shorting stocks that I do need to work on is when I got in the trade. Here, let me see. See if I can pull it up. Oh, wrong doggone button. I wanted to pull up my. Guess I could pull it up on that same screen. Wanted to pull up where on how the let's see. All right, yeah, we got it right there. So this is my battle station. This is what I call my battle station. This is what I use to trade. But let's see. Yep, that's good. So when I'm getting in on a long position, I'm dropping my buy right here, and it's putting my brackets on this side over here to get out of the trade. So if I'm moving my stop or my target, I'm moving it on this side. But when I shorted the trade, you do it from this side. So you enter on this side because you're selling. And then if you see over on the left, you got the triggers on the left-hand side. So I got in the trade, and I'm like scrolling up and down looking for my brackets. But I'm looking on this side because I'm so used to seeing it on this side for a long. And it took me about 3 to 5 minutes to finally realize they were on this side. So I'm comfortable shorting using the same exact patterns, same exact thought processes. And that there made me feel a little more comfortable. It made me feel a little more comfortable in taking shorts, because really this morning was not a long biased morning. I don't think it really was a long biased morning, because I really only had a couple of solid ideas that were looking decent to go long. Of course, Plrx was one of them. TH just happened to come along. But didn't really have much on the watch list. A lot of stuff that you see on that watch list actually came after the market opened. Once the previous high of day scanner started working. So feels good to somewhat be able to know that if I need to short, I can. I'm not sure how much those stocks cost. I'm gonna have to go back and look and see. But that was our day. Interesting day. Very interesting day. But another green day in the books. And that's all that matters. We need to keep those green days. Need to quit making the boneheaded mistakes, because we gave $70 to the market today when we should have made 200. Market took 25 from us, but that's what the market does sometimes. But I think next time, if I have to do that trade over again, I'll give it the extra room. So I'll give it the extra room down the previous high of day, share size appropriately, and hopefully it'll work in our favor next time. But on that note, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna wrap this video up, and we will be back at it tomorrow. Peace.